I was born in a small wooden cabin. No wealth waited for me. No power stood behind me. No one expected greatness from my name. My hands learned work before comfort. My eyes learned darkness before light. Books were rare. Opportunities were rarer. But even in that silence, I learned something important. A man is not limited by where he is born, but by where he decides to stop. I walked miles to borrow books. I read by firelight, not because it was easy, but because ignorance was more painful. I was slow, painfully slow. But I told myself I may walk slowly, but I will never walk backward. I tried business, I failed, I lost money I did not have, I lost respect I had barely earned. People laughed quietly at first, then openly. I entered politics, and I failed again. Election after election, defeat after defeat. Each loss felt heavier than the last. Each rejection asked the same question, why do you keep going? There were nights when quitting felt intelligent, when giving up felt mature, when continuing felt foolish. But I realized something most people never do. Failure is not humiliation. Failure is education, so I studied my mistakes. I listened more than I spoke. I learned patience from pain. I learned that reputation is what people say about you, but character is who you are when no one is watching. And I chose character. I chose honesty when lies were faster. I chose truth when silence was safer. I chose integrity even when it cost me everything. That choice did not make my life easier. It made it heavier. Then came the moment I could never have prepared for. A nation divided, brother against brother, fear in every home, blood on the land. The weight of leadership fell on my shoulders. I was not the strongest man in the room. I was not the loudest voice. I was not the most confident speaker. But I had something else. Endurance. Pressure does not create leaders, it reveals them. In the darkest hours, I stayed calm. Not because I felt no fear, but because fear cannot lead. Every decision hurt someone. Every choice created enemies. Every step forward felt like walking through fire. I learned that leadership is not about being loved. It is about being responsible. Freedom is not free. It demands courage. It demands sacrifice. It demands lonely decisions. I carried grief silently, loss that never healed, pain I never spoke aloud. But I did not allow pain to make me bitter. I allowed it to make me better. And now, listen carefully. This is not just my story. This is yours. You may feel behind in life. So did I. You may feel underestimated. So was I. You may feel tired of failing. I failed more times than most people ever try. Let me tell you something life taught me the hard way. You do not need to be fast. You do not need to be perfect. You do not need permission. You need consistency. Stay disciplined when motivation disappears. Stay honest when dishonesty is rewarded. Stay patient when results are slow. Read when others are distracted. Work when others complain. Build quietly while the world is loud. Do not chase applause. History is written in silence. There will be days when your effort feels invisible, when your struggle feels pointless, when quitting feels like peace. In those moments, remember this: rest if you must. Slow down if you need to, but never, ever give up. I was not remembered because I was perfect. I was remembered because I endured. Because I believed a broken nation could still be healed. Because I believed ordinary people could rise through discipline. And so can you. Your pain is not wasted. Your struggle is not meaningless. Your story is not finished. Walk slowly if you must, but keep walking. Stand firm in your values. Choose character over comfort. Choose purpose over popularity. Because in the end, it will not matter how easy your life was. It will matter how strong you became because you refused to quit. Long pause, voice softens. I walked slowly, but I never walked backward. Soft music rises, fades out.